So it looks like the drama between Latocha Scott, Tameka Scott, Xscape, Latocha Scott's husband, Rocky Bivens' alleged mistress, and even Pastor Scott, Latocha and Tameka's father, is speaking out. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. I know, another video, Kempire, on this. Well, there's been a lot playing out, a lot of things playing out. As you know, tonight is another new episode of the SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B reality show. So, first off, I'll just say this because a lot of you have been tagging me. Oh, Kempire, did you see this interview with Latocha and Tameka's father, Pastor Randolph Scott? So here's the thing. I did watch the interview. Here's what I got from it. Again, this is going to be he said, she said. He's basically denying Mama Gloria and the allegations that he left them without anything. However, he does confirm that he doesn't have a relationship with Latocha. He wasn't even invited to her wedding. He found out about the wedding on social media, which I had to say to myself, they've been married for how long? Social media is how old? I mean, they're again, he said, she said, but some of the things that stood out to me in this conversation was, first of all, he's denying that he left them without anything. Their music background really is from him. And he also says, first of all, he has 6 children. I believe he said the youngest was like 6 years old, but like really young, really young. And he does confirm that he is closer to Tameka and that he doesn't really have a relationship with Latocha. They also reveal that possibly we might get a scene with him. So I'm assuming that maybe he did film, but there's no guarantee that it will be included in the footage. I would be shocked if they don't include it unless it just gave nothing. But it would give us at least more context to this story about Latocha and Tameka and the family drama. So he does, and again, guys, as always, I will be citing my sources for those that want to go watch the interview. I'll be including it in the description so you can see the full interview and hear his side, because I think it's important to hear all sides, because we don't know. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. So he's basically saying that he doesn't have a relationship with Latocha, very much like Tameka and the rest of the Xscape members. No one has Latocha's number except Tiny now. But Pastor Randolph Scott is denying Mama Gloria's side of what happened in their relationship. And he's actually surprised at what they're saying about him on the show. And look, some of you might say, why is he talking about? He has a right to defend himself, especially when he's being painted as a deadbeat dad. Again, I will cite my sources in the description so you can hear his side. And you can believe what you want to believe. What do I believe? I believe all of them. Honestly, I feel like there is some truth in everything that everyone's saying. But at the same time, I believe some of what they're saying, but I also don't believe everything that they're saying. I do believe that these are two people that ended up not being together anymore, and the toxicity continues. Speaking of toxicity, the other story that we've been following in regards to the Latocha Scott situation is Rocky Bivens. As you know, Unique, this woman alleges that she had a long-term relationship with Rocky Bivens, who's married to Latocha Scott for almost 30 years. Tasha K got the exclusive interview with Unique, and here's what came out. Some details. I didn't see the full interview, but here are some details that came out from her conversation with Unique. That she had a 5-year relationship with Rocky Bivens. And apparently there are text messages that span the last 5 years between them. She also alleges that she got a tattoo of his name on her back that he saw and he loved it. That apparently in these text message exchanges, there is also a pregnancy test. Still no confirmation on whether there's a baby. There's a pregnancy test, there's a sonogram, but no confirmation on if there's a baby. Well, not only did Tasha K have a conversation with Unique, the alleged mistress, she also had a conversation with Rocky Bivens, and she posted this on her YouTube channel. As always, I will be citing my sources. So in this conversation, and look, like I said, I'm going to summarize it because Rocky doesn't really say much of anything new. He does address the $30,000. We will get to that in a second. But in his clearing of his name when it comes to the whole unique situation, he's saying that this situation, first of all, he says that she comes from a criminal family. She's a criminal, that she's lying. He even gives her real name. Yeah, Unique is not her real name. I told you. Even the spelling.
Hell no.
He says that's not her real name. He says that there is no relationship, that she's stalking him basically, and that the reason why he can't talk more about it online is because it is a federal situation.
Well, speak on it.
Okay. He's saying that it's a federal situation. He says that she has 3 kids and none of those kids are his. All right. But I already told you, look, it's in a situation where Rocky Bivens is one of the people you're talking about, and this woman that we don't know, and I already told you her story seemed a little shaky to me. It's hard to decipher who to believe or who to trust in the situation. I trust no one at this point.
That's loyalty.
So Unique did this interview with Tasha, and then Tasha had its phone conversation with Rocky Bivens. So he denies any relationship with Unique and says that there is a federal case involving this situation. And Latasha is aware of the situation and aware of this mistress. Not sure if she's aware of a possible baby. Okay. I mean, he does mention a baby in his conversation with Tasha. But again, you can go watch the full interview. But the bigger question, because I know some of you are like, I don't even care about this mistress situation. Oh, rewinding back a little bit. He does say, when Tasha K asked him about, have you ever cheated on Latasha? It's a lot of humana. He doesn't deny it. He denies any relationship with Unique, but he doesn't deny ever cheating on Latasha. He does say that they've had their ups and downs.
Well, speak on it.
Okay. But the bigger question, and I know a lot of you have been wanting him to speak out and talk about the alleged $30,000 that he is being accused of stealing from Tameka Scott, Latasha Scott's sister.
It's dots that can be connected, and I'm gonna steer you in the right direction. No, but to answer your question, no. Nah. Tasha didn't take $30,000. How can I deposit $30,000 into it? I can't even put my wife check in my account, first of all. So that's baffling, but no, she didn't. And I'll give her the opportunity to explain that the way she had to explain, but it's no money was taken. And if the truth is, they were paying Tameka Tasha's money. See, but that's a family thing, and I'm not trying to break that wall, but neither one, the royalty people didn't know. They mixed the sisters up, and they didn't know, but Tameka knew. She knew Tasha wrote everything. She knew Tasha, Thug Holiday, all that. So she knew they was giving her Tasha money. And, when y'all saw that editing, man, that scene was chopped and screwed, because Tasha and them was looking like, what are you talking about? Tameka, don't do this. But it's even more deeper than that, Tasha. And I'll tell you that, I had to tell you where we at on this promotion, so you might have to fly out and just really sit down, because I don't, what I'm saying, I don't do all that. But connect the dots. It's one dot you're going to connect, and you're going to be like, yo, I did.
He says, no, she knows what it is. Sound Exchange are the ones who mixed it up. She was getting paid Latasha's money. And he also denies depositing this money into his accounts. He's like, I can't even deposit my own wife's money into my accounts. So if you've been under a rock and you're not familiar with this story, this accusation came up on the reality show, The Queens of R&B, where Tameka accused Rocky and Latasha of stealing her music royalties of $30,000. And in a new interview, we just posted this new conversation that she had with Access Atlanta, and she alleges that there was forgery involved, and Rocky endorsed it on the back of these checks. She actually has proof. But Rocky, in his conversation with Tasha K, saying that's not true. That's not true at all. Tameka knows what it is. She was receiving Latasha's checks, but here's the thing: even if she was receiving Latasha's check, let's say that's true. Why would she accuse you of stealing her money? What would be her motive? After she's been defending her sister for years and years and years, what would be Tameka's motive in bringing this up and accusing Latasha and her husband of stealing her money? I can see a mix-up happening. Two sisters going to the mama's address, Okay, I can see a mix-up happening, but why would she accuse you and her sister on national? That doesn't seem to be in her character, if we can tell. And I know what you're thinking, Kempire, don't forget what she did on radio years ago. But that was years ago, and that was in defense of her family. And a lot of you said, I believe Tameka. Based off of what we were seeing with Latocha and Rocky, I don't think it did you any good by doing a conversation or interviewing right now, addressing a mistress and stealing when your wife is promoting a gospel album. To me, it is a distraction and is not helping Latocha in this new chapter of her trying to do solo music again. Here we are. Guys, I want to know your reaction to all of what's still playing out in regards to Randolph Scott, Latocha and Tameka Scott's father speaking out, Rocky Bivens doing this interview with Tasha K and denying cheating on his wife with Unique and denying that he stole any money from Tameka Scott, his sister-in-law. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you.